friends, welcome back to my channel. Today it is a rainy day and Miss Penny is not having it, but I need to film today, so I have a little bit of a co-star for the moment. It's okay. Shh. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today it is a rainy day, so you may hear a little bit of rain, you may hear little stuff, but I have to do this. We have to talk about an anti-haul. So many things are coming out. High-end, affordable, holiday, all of the fun things. And you guys keep telling me when I do an anti-haul, it really helps you to talk yourself down off of all of these amazing new releases that have been coming out left, right, center. So let's jump into this. If you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you can follow me right here. Some of you may or may not know that I have a new ring light. I had a whole situation this week, so I'm kind of behind this week. I think I have everything set up the way I like it to be set up, but I do have the camera a little further back intentionally, so I'm hoping the sound and everything is okay. Now let's jump into some makeup. I have been saving some things that I have been finding online to let you know what am I absolutely, positively not going to be getting. Let's jump in. The first and foremost thing that I can pretty much tell you right out the gate that does not entice me, it doesn't give me those, ooh, I need to buy this right now vibes, is a new makeup line from Victoria Beckham Beauty. Her first launch is including the Smoky collection, which is 4 smoky eye bricks for $54. So there's the Tweed, the Royal, the Tuxedo, and the Signature. Those are the 4 eyeshadow palettes that are kind of in that interesting quad style where they're all together. That already kind of just like makes me go, I don't like palettes like that. I don't know why. I've had some bronzers like that I also didn't like that very much. When they don't have any separation and it's just kind of in that one pan separated, I just don't know why. Maybe it's because I've not had a product that has gone well that has done that. I just don't care for that much. Personal preference only, obviously. But as I'm looking at this also, I feel like it's very limiting for a quad. Like the Royal obviously has a ton of blues. The Tuxedo is all grays, an all gray eyeshadow palette. And don't worry, yeah, there's gonna be another one of those coming up in this video. Tweed and then Signature. Signature is pretty cute actually. It's got some pinks and some browns, which is kind of an easy look to pull off. I just, for $54, what? $54 for those, I mean, that formula must be stunning. It has to be for that price tag, yes? $54 for 4 shadows. What? I can't in any universe accept that. I have 2 high-end palettes here. This one is $65, Natasha Denona, and you get a ton of beautiful shades. This Jeffree Star palette was, I think, about $55. Huge mirror. Maybe this one was a little bit more. I can't remember. I'll put the price on the screen here. But huge mirror, big pans, lots of shadows, and pressed glitters. I mean, what? $54 for 4 shadows. I cannot. That is not my lifestyle. That's not my reality. And I'm okay with that not being my reality. I'm just gonna kind of see what the comments are saying. If they're feeling me, maybe I'm completely off base. Maybe everyone's excited for this. Let's see. Winter said, it bothers me when the shadows aren't separated. Okay, so I'm not the only one. I don't like when they have that mixture area. I don't know why, I just don't. A lot of people are loving the packaging. Kirby Rose said, phew, Victoria Beckham is coming for our bank accounts. It's an expensive line and that'll go on my gift list, but she can't see herself purchasing it. I can see that, like, ugh. I agree. So Bruiser says the swatches look a little too perfect. And I always have a struggle with that when the swatches don't look organic or you don't get to see them swatching it and it just has these perfect flawless swatches. It makes you wonder, how was that achieved? How many times? What was used? Those kind of things, you know? I have a new neighbor moving in and I'm filming in front of an open window. Hi, new neighbor. I'm crazy and talk to myself on camera. People think we're nuts when we do this. Ooh, someone else just said those swatches look fake and computerized, and that has 53 likes. Someone just said, I love that warm tone eyeshadow brick, but $54? No way. Yeah, that's a ton of money for 4 shadows. I I can't justify it in any capacity. Married, not married, bougie, non-bougie. $54 for 4 shadows. That's a huge next for me. But tell me, I mean, do you want, I mean, if you want it, there is no shade, there is no shame, you do you. Speaking of gray eyeshadow palettes, can we please jump into the brand new ColourPop palette that just dropped? I teased it also on my Instagram. Again, follow me on Instagram so you know what's the latest and greatest. The Smoke Show palette. What? All right, so I'm gonna have a little co-star for a little bit. She's wearing her harness because it kind of acts as what we call a Brave shirt or a Thunder shirt. She also has one of those, but she doesn't like it as much as her harness, so we just keep that on her to make her feel safe. So we're just gonna do a little mother-daughter filming. It's fine. They're saying this is the perfect time for Halloween, this Smoke Show collection, but I'm specifically obviously looking at the palette that is $12. I am just sitting here staring at all of these gray shades, and there are different tones and depths, and there's warmths and non-warmth, coolness, all these things. That's just gonna have to be on my no list, even though I think that is super cool, and I think there are gonna be some beautiful makeup babes out there making some stunning looks with this. I really struggle to think that I'm going to reach for that a lot. Is it cool and innovative? Yeah, it kind of is, except Victoria Beckham did it with 4 shades for $54. I can't get over that. I'm not past it yet. I'll get there. But for 12 bucks, if you want to try an all gray look, what an amazing opportunity with the ColourPop palette, right? Because they're good quality, they're inexpensive, and you get more than 4 shades. As I'm looking through the Smoke Show swatches, and I did show some of these a sneak peek version on my Instagram stories, I just can't get over how pretty these do look. If you're one of those artistry makeup babes that you can pull out a look to make this look stunning, how amazing would it be for a $12 ColourPop palette versus a $54 4 shade palette? Ugh. I cannot get over, these are really pretty. However, I know me, I know reaching for this long term would never happen. I would get maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 looks out of it, and then it would get shuffled around in my beauty drawer. So as innovative and as cool and as fun as that is for the Halloween season, I'm just gonna have to say that is a huge pass for me, but that is a lot of fun. Okay, this pumpkin spiced latte palette from Too Faced. I don't know why this was even needing to be released. In my personal opinion, I feel like this is a very uninspired pumpkin spice palette. It feels, one, way too big for the size. It looks really huge. It looks like it's a huge palette just to be a statement piece, and I'm not that kind of Too Faced collector, honestly. The swatches look very, you know, Instagram swatches. They look like they were in one of those templates where they went through to show you the colors on different skin tones, but I don't really trust it. I'm not inspired by it. So that one is an easy pass for me personally, but I know some people just love the Too Faced formula or really love a seasonal palette in general. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. I'm gonna dive into the comments just to kind of see what's the temperature in the room kind of thing. Disha said they just did the same thing last year. Looks exactly like the gingerbread palette, says Baby Girl. Someone just said, I work at TJ Maxx. I'm sure this will be here in a few months. True, very true. Why is this so boring, says Oblivion Pollen. And Monica replied, it's because Too Faced was bought by Estee Lauder a few years ago, and that's why all of their eyeshadow palettes are the same neutrals now over and over, which is something I've heard a lot of people talking about the past few years. This palette, it just doesn't do it for me personally. I love warm tones. I love orangey tones. I vibe with that. But as soon as I saw this palette, I knew it was a pass for me personally. So tell me your thoughts. Is that something that's like really intriguing you, or you're not at all? This one, I've been going back and forth about for a while. ColourPop just dropped a brand new Disney themed collection, and dang it all the heck if the Disney princess slash villain in me doesn't want some of it. My co-star's back. This is the Disney Designer Midnight Masquerade Collection limited edition, which makes it all the more appealing. Midnight Masquerade palette, $22. 8 blush highlighter compacts, $10. Princess bundles, $18. Luxe liquid lip, $8. New formula. What? I am looking through all of these photos and these swatches, and I, of course, get excited. Of course I do. Ooh, the thunder is rolling in, but the show must go on. I am staring at the palettes. I'm staring at the highlights. Oh man, and I really do enjoy my Misunderstood palette from ColourPop. It is the Villains palette. I do really enjoy this. This is the time of year I like pulling out these fun jewel-toned, more dramatic shades as well. I think this is a stunning palette. So I was kind of hoping when this was first dropped that I was like, oh, it's just like the Princess palette, which is more pale, cool toned, a few jewels in there. But this one is, it's kind of, does look pretty. It has like some pinks in there. It's got some jewel tones, which has those like Merryweather blues and a little bit of that, what is that, indigo color, purples, pinks. I think because as I'm looking at this palette, looking at other palettes that I have in my collection, I have pinks, and I don't wear a lot of pinks lately. I used to wear pinks exclusively like every day. Now I don't do that so much. There are some beautiful blues, and see, what also gets me is when they start putting in some of their glitters and their shimmer shadows, because those glitters look pretty, but they also look chunky as I'm looking at swatches. Like that lighter whitish color has some seriously big chunks in it. The pink one looks pretty chunky as well for the glitter. So I think it's pretty safe, I don't know, to say I'm gonna pass on that, because I do have a lot of beautiful shades and colors similar to that already. I do have glitters already. I mean, I have glitters in some of these. I have glitters in this. I have other glitters. So I do need to, again, be mindful of what I'm bringing in. And ColourPop talks to me in my sleep. I swear they stalk me. I love them. The colors are stunning, but I don't think I would reach for that palette a ton, because I already know I have other palettes that I don't reach for a ton. I have to rotate them, and I don't know if I need this in my rotation because I have so much like it. That is my collection and me personally, but I know there's so many ColourPop collectors out there because it's inexpensive and easy to collect such amazing quality products. For $22, that shadow palette is just stunning. I'm not telling you not to get it, but I do want to hear how you like it if you do get it, so tell me. I have seen, and I might put some of it here on the screen, there is an Instagram account called Dupe That, and they have been duping things from ColourPop, Jeffree Star, and Too Faced as far as some of the highlighters go. And my goodness, they look very, very similar, because this kind of helps you to buy things on a budget that are just as high a quality and then can match, like just dupes. Because like the Jeffree Star Ice Cold Highlighter for $29, the ColourPop Disney Horse and Carriage for $10, and the Too Faced Blinded by the Light for $30. She's comparing all three of those, and it looks dang close. Like, no one's gonna know the difference kind of thing. So that's why I feel like I have so much in my collection that I can dupe on my own or be really close to as far as something on the eyes goes, that I need to step back and put this in my anti-haul. You're gonna do it, Nichole, and you're gonna walk away. Walk away, just do it, do it. All right, so this palette has been out for a minute or two, and I don't think I've seen much hype about it. I've heard people either really enjoying the look of it and excited, or people that are like, why do we need this? No one asked for this. But I've yet to see anything major on YouTube about it, or Instagram really. This is the Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature Artistry Palette. This one has that pop of green in it that I was saying before, that I'm noticing a pop of green in things. But this one seems so misplaced. As I'm looking at this palette, tons of fiery reds. We've got brick tones, we've got cool tones, we've got a ton of warm tones, we've got browns in there, we've got every off shade of orange you could find, and then 2 green pops of color. It doesn't speak to me at all. It's not something that I want in my collection, and I only have one Morphe palette that I actually enjoy, and I decluttered the other ones that I got from Boxy Luxe because I didn't like the formula. I thought it was so inconsistent and just uninspiring, and I'm also pretty uninspired by this palette. I might dive through the comments just to see what people are saying though. Penny's gonna help me go through the comments here because there was some more thunder. Let's see here. Maddie said, no offense, but like legit, there are so many shades in here that look too similar to each other. You could have easily cut out half of these. Federicana said some shades of orange, brown, and then random greens? Confused. Shulola said 2 green shades does not make it a different palette. I mean, really. Morwin 1978 said, as I thought, another boring reds and warm neutrals palette, but put 2 greens in there to make us think it was something interesting. ... Nope. This is not going over well, it looks like, in the comments. It doesn't inspire me, and like I said, I haven't even seen anyone using it online. I've not seen anybody using it on YouTube or Instagram. I'm sure there are people out there using it, don't get me wrong, but nobody that like organically is popping up compared to a lot of other things that are out there. So this is a total pass for me as far as my anti-haul goes. But what about you guys? Speaking of ColourPop, I love them, I adore them, I love what I do own from them. But the lilac collection, or the lilac palette, really, I have not really talked about this. I know it's a lot of people were loving it, that loved the It's My Pleasure palette, but then they were also like, do I need this? Some people said yes, it's different because it's got different, you know, depths and different warmths and cool tones. Whereas this one, I have to just say, like, as much as I think almost like ColourPop has gone through their whole rainbow and now they're kind of like doubling back, going, ooh, what were the colors that were like at the B list? Which ones were the ones we were gonna put but didn't? I feel like that's what this palette might be for them. And as much as I love ColourPop, and I do love a good purple shadow, I don't reach for those enough to want another whole palette full of them. The palettes that I do have from ColourPop, I do like a little bit of variety in them. I think the one that I have that is, I think the closest things that I have from ColourPop are the Mar palette that's kind of like a, I don't know, it's one of those 9-pan palettes that everybody was really excited about. This one I got a while back. This one has oranges and blues and some browns, so I feel like I can get a lot of looks out of this, but I also marry it with other things. I also have a bunch of singles from them that are pink that I don't reach for a lot. There's also a lot of neutrals in here as well. So as far as like buying something that is very limited, if it's a purple, I don't think I would use it a lot. I'm still thinking of some of the other ones that are out there, like the oranges and the yellows, but like I said, those have been on the market for a while, and you see me here still thinking about them as I go through the rest of my collection to see, like, have I been able to make do without? Because I don't need to purchase everything. I have a lot in my collection, and that's what I'm trying to tell myself. So this lilac palette really doesn't inspire me much, although if it is kind of like some of those gray tones you're looking for, that does look like it has some of those tones to it. So you could get a little bit more of like a gray that has some of those purple hues to it, which is a stunning color on the eyes and on walls, for the record. I think I've painted walls that color. But I just don't think this is speaking to me. This isn't screaming that I need this palette, because I don't really use a lot of those colors, and I don't really do a ton of monotone looks. I usually try to at least have a little bit of variety in my eye look. But do you have the It's My Pleasure palette, and then do you want the lilac? I've been hearing both ways where people are like, oh, I don't need that, or oh yes, this is like an extension of. So tell me your thoughts on that. Guys, this is what is in my anti-haul at the moment, my fall anti-haul, because I am seeing so much stuff come out, and again, I'm being mindful and picky. It's okay to be picky, in particular when it comes to things that you throw your money at, because it's important. I have so many things that, like, as I'm doing declutters and as I'm going through my collection and really appreciating what I have, I get excited to go in my makeup drawer rather than, nope, nope, nope. It's kind of like going through your closet and you're like, I have nothing to wear, and you're like going through all of these clothes. You've been there. You know you have been there at least a little bit. I mean, I've been there. So that's why I love when I live simply, like a little tiny here. I have so many clothes over here that I can pick from, and I love to be inspired by them. So I may, you know, get rid of stuff and then get stuff that makes me happy. But right now, I've been really good about eyeshadow palettes, of being selective of things that I love and not just buying to buy. So that's why these anti-hauls are so important to me, and a lot of you have said they help you too, to help keep your collection curated and things that you love, not just a ton of stuff that you never get to use, because then that's a waste of money, right? Thank you guys so much for watching this fun fall anti-haul. And upcoming, I think today delivered my second BoxyCharm. Subscribe to see the upcoming BoxyCharm videos that you know I love to do. And thank you so much for watching. If you happen to be new to my crazy little channel, hi new friends, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all the fun, loud, weird, unique videos, sometimes with a co-star that's scared of the rain, videos I do every single week. Bye friends.